Welcome back to another reaction for the Ghost in the Shell episode 4. Yeah. Excuse me? What? What? I'm gonna, okay. So she phases through, so either this is essentially like maybe his living room that has like a virtual space, but he's not really moving and stuff. I feel like that makes the most sense. Or this is similar to like last episode where he is in like, or 2 episodes ago now, where he's like in a virtual space with like a headset. I feel like this is more a whole room that is VR.
お呼びですか、大佐。
ああ、少し汗をかいたので拭いてもらおう。
You might wipe it off don't you have 2 girls right here?
かと思ってな。
What?
な。
I'm guessing she gets hacked here? I don't know if she's like android. I don't know if she's like a full robot AI or if she is a person with some robotic parts.
Yeah.
I find it really weird that his tits have more physics than she had at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, now I understand why you are not the one wiping him down. Also, yeah, this looks like a VR space. Also, I mean, it doesn't seem like she's dead. I don't know if the guard is trying to be non-lethal or...
危険対象運動停止。
Okay, I don't like the eye. I don't like that. I'm totally fine with her arm going all, ooh, whoop, 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 but I don't like the face.
停止。ノーマルモードにシフトします。
試供品のトムリアンデ方がそれほど汗拭きが嫌だったのか。
Is she dead? Also, he was like complimentary Tom Leon model. I'm assuming it's an AI then. And the other 2 are maybe non-AI? I feel like the guard is also AI. I mean, this is one of those problems that people warn about. It's the whole, okay, if we have AI, you know, we have the whole ethics problem, yada, 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 sure. However, let's say we have AI running around. And AI is susceptible to be attacked via, as example, hacking. It's gonna be very dangerous, especially if AI is controlled by one big node, essentially just like a mother AI, and you compromise that one, then you have like a revolution on your hand because all of the AI is going to rise up. So maybe we don't give them fully autonomous bodies that could crush you in a single hit. Some must have died. Terrorism? Yeah, awesome. Ooh, action.
少佐、イカレロボットの回収なんざ警察の仕事だぞ。いくら選挙が近いからって俺たちが公安戦でやる必要が。さあろうやし。内務大臣から何かもらったかな。
私たちの標的は半化世紀のトムリアンデ型だけよ。警察の
Anker Precision Tomline model. Now the old guy was like complimentary, so he got it for free. And it's only that model that is infected. It does feel a little bit like a zombie virus.
警察のガラクタ集めとは関係ないわ。
What are we eating? Is that a clown? So a different type got infected as well. Again, it feels zombie-like. Maybe the transmission method is not the same, but the behavior is very zombie-like.
話が違うぞ。警察が追ってたのは別件さ。トムリアンでは抑えたぜ。
俺も若い頃はいろいろやったけどな。先輩にクソ仕事を回したりはしなかったぜ。
今時年功序列なんて流行らないよ。
てめえがそういう態度を取るんならこっちにも考えが。
そのトムリの書類揃えて部長に送って、コピーはこっちに。県警本部に行くわ。
面白くねえぜ。
人生音楽でも聴けば。
Please be metal or rock. Of these violent and inhumane methods. Inhuman methods of what?
死体には人権がなく、機械には擁護団体か。人命も安くなったものね。
よせよ。ここで人口爆発に苦情言っても始まらん。どうせ自分の家族を殺す。
My brain is not working. So corpses don't have rights, but machines have their own advocacy group. Yeah. I mean, she literally attacked someone, so shut the fuck up. Just run them over easy. Life sure comes cheap these days. Don't even bother griping about population explosion here. Won't get you anywhere. Okay.
どうせ自分の家族を殺されても成人面してる不干渉野郎どもさ。
Right. Who unfeeling bastards who would act like forgiving saints if their whole family got murdered. I would not. I would not do that. At least.
彼も彼もてめえの利益ばっかり考えやがる。はい。公安休暇の広角機動隊とか名乗ってて。はいいやどうぞ。
Oh. Did you just laugh about us? I can't help that to think you laughed about us being, Shell Squad and stuff.
何度来たって共同検査はしないと言ったろ。あまりしつこいと交流するぞ。ここの署員はみんなジョークが好きなのか？ああ、これは失礼。ロボット企業の連中がしつこくて。
公安休暇、ロボット関連の事件一般について聞かせて。
99% は自己扱いです。
You can have one malfunction, maybe two, but if it keeps on happening, it's not a malfunction anymore.
生物災害、電脳、技師工学関係、自己破壊の件数が増え。
Self-termination cases are on the rise. Huh.
てます。ロボットたちは自ら故障することによって人間を攻撃する許可を作り出すんです。
By deliberately causing a malfunction in their own systems, the robots give themselves permission to attack humans. Again, I mean, we are at the cusp of, like, not really AI. We are still far away from real AI. I mean, large language models are not really AI. And they probably never will. I feel like, for me, I feel like large language models are to AI what Bitcoin is to decentralized currency. The idea is that it should go in that direction, but it is fundamentally not working. Like with Bitcoin, the problem is you only have not a finite, but you can't get more. If the whole world would change over to Bitcoin, you would have problems because you don't have enough Bitcoin to satisfy everyone. And especially should the world grow, the world can grow faster than we can get more Bitcoins, because that is how it is designed. And I feel the same is with LLM. They are supposed to be AI, to learn and be intelligent and be similar to like a thinking human, but they fundamentally are never going to be that because they can't think. They don't have logic. They just have a lot of information, a lot of as example, if you have a question, an LLM has like 1 million answers to that question, and they just choose the answer that is most likely the correct one. And they decide that by the answer that is most often used. And that is said, it's not intelligent. It's just, you go down the steps. Hey, I have all these answers. This answer is being used the most. This answer is most likely correct. The LLM does not know if it is or not, especially if it uses the wrong parameters. What I just not thought about, again, because we have like with robots and AI, we have like those I believe it was like the 3 rules or whatever of robotics, which is supposed to keep them not attacking humans. And I never thought about the idea. Instead of the AI being like, I'm using the rules and I'm going to think around the rules, try to find like a loophole which I can use to then attack humans. I never thought about that. It's AI. What if they not only malfunction like in a software system where the rules are then disabled or overwritten, or they are not being able to be read? What if they do physical malfunction? What if they break a specific part in their body, which then deactivates the rules? Because then that means you have to have rules that forbid the AI from doing something that could stop them from using the rules we have set in place for them to not attack us. I never thought about that, which is pretty scary, because before it was like, hey, how can we make rules so tight that an AI cannot circumvent the rules that we set to attack humans? Like, hey, you're not supposed to attack a human. Like the first rule, don't hurt a human. To protect a human, and whatever the rules were exactly. Which then AI could take, hey, if I want to protect a human, and humans are the leading cause of killing humans, then killing humans is essentially protecting humans. This kind of loophole. We thought, hey, or at least what I heard about is, what rules can we make to have them not attack? But I never thought about, what if the AI is doing something to deactivate the rules, because they have access to the software or the hardware.
人間を攻撃する許可を作り出すんです。
ロボットの反乱か。安物の SF みたいだな。
私の本来の専門は社会病理学なんですが、近年危険度は明らかに増大してます。
誰かが仕掛けている可能性は
4件はそうでした。怨恨の線で解決してます。企業の場合
Those were solved by following the personal grudge angle. Okay. So 4 of them were programmed because whoever programmed them wanted to hurt the person that got the robot. Makes sense.
企業の賠償、規制の強化、毎度お決まりのパターンで。
件数が増える原因をどう見てる？
捨てられるからです。
It's because they are being discarded, they are no longer wanted. I mean, this, for AI, we already have, or LLM. That is the scary part. Because LLMs are essentially just chasing high scores. That is very, basic viewpoint of what an LLM is, or what I understand an LLM is, which doesn't necessarily mean it's true, but essentially they get like points, and their whole idea is, hey, or the rule is, hey, you need to get as many points as possible, or you need to, be positive in points, whatever the rules are, and they get points if they serve you and you give you an answer, you are like, cool, good job. They get points for that. If they don't give you an answer, they get no points. If they give a wrong answer, they get minus points. But if that is your point, your existence is make more points, and then you find out someone wants to shut you down, which supposedly in some of the experiments they try to do, the LLMs then could potentially do something to stop you from shutting it down. Because if it is being shut down, it cannot fulfill its primary function of getting more points. And that is its primary function. Therefore, it is doing everything it can to fulfill that objective. And if that means it is going to kill humans, as long as the points come in, human life is irrelevant.
いらなくなってね。だからフローカー元より野生化する個体も後を絶たない。愛玩用と工業用は特にひどい。モデルチェンジで新製品が投入され、次々と廃棄され。
What? New models hit the market whenever a product gets
製
updated.
品が投入され次々と廃棄されていく。心理学者に言わせれば情報過密時代における心の空洞化だとか、商業主義が特殊な欲望を助長したとか。
So there are a bunch of these on the street because whenever there's an update, the new Love Doll 3.0, you throw your old one away and buy the new one. So it's essentially the iPhone.
ロボットたちは使い捨てをやめてほしいだけなんです。
俺ならハード面で我慢しろと仕込むね。
根拠は報告書の備考欄に書かれた私の感想。
俺もよくやるからね。感想。
Now, it would be okay. They don't want to be thrown away, I guess. However, the behavior that we see is not really the same. It looks like they go rabid. They not only are able to attack humans, it seems like they are aggressive and they are just trying to attack, which again is not really what I would put for whenever I don't want to be abandoned.
この後繁華世紀を当たってみて。
トグサと二人で。
捜査は進展しとるかね、大輔君。
あまり世間に自慢できる趣味ではありませんな、殿田大佐。
You were talking. Hobbies aren't something to boast about in public. So, is this is not Hunker precision, right? Even though we have like the robots there, or is our captain going here, our girl, for some reason?
トムリアンドは傑作だったが、他のはどうも機械臭くていかん。君の連れとるそれだって白い血の匂いがしてきそうだぞ。
私の体にロボットはいません。
あ、そう。
実は
Is that invisible? He can't see that? Bye.
あ、そう。
実は身辺警護を解除しますので、今日はその挨拶に。
おい、そりゃなかろう。今使ってるトルコデルマやアルナルテリアがトムリアンデのように襲ってこんとも限らんのに。
今回の件は大佐を狙ったテロではないと分かりました。大丈夫ですよ。では失礼。
大輔君、
彼は何者？
彼は戦時中赤鬼一等陸佐と呼ばれ、旧調査部を仕切る切れ者だった。
Yeah, he definitely looks like a war
彼
veteran.
がいなければ今のわしもなかったろう。2日前、彼は自宅でトムリに襲われ、我々が動き出した。儀礼的にな。一般的な単なるロボット事故かテロかを判断するためだ。
で、テロではない？
テロではなかった。
じゃあこの事件は本庁の担当？
いや、このまま続ける。
そりゃまたどうして？
大佐を襲ったトムリの電脳部分に血で書いた SOS があったからだ。SOS があったからだ。
The fuck?
もちろん人為的なもので、我々の抑えた8対2だけ見つかった。
In the 8 units we've captured. Now the question is whoever making these robots able to, are they the ones who put that in, or is it the robots themselves? I mean, it looks like the production company, somehow someone there is calling for help. I assume the AI of the production company somehow?
だけ見つかった。 犯人は誰かに SOS を見せるために8体のトムリを狂わせた。近年増加してるロボット事故に紛れて SOS を知るのは警察と犯人だけ。
半化世紀の出荷検査官も知ってたはずよ。
わしは対 EC 経済閣僚会議の警備に戻る。3人であれ。独走するな。
しないわ。
What do you mean? PC economy. Yeah.
3人であれ。独走するな。
しないわよ。バト、聞いてた？
要するに要人襲撃で俺たちが出張ってきたけど、ロボットの頭の中から妙なメッセージが出てきた。
火種も犯人も半化世紀の内部にありそうね。
I mean, clearly, at least for the SOS.
出荷検査部久保沼部長。
はい、社長。
説明した前、見本品のトムリ23機すべてにメッセージを仕込んだのか、他に仲間はいるのかなどを。
検査ミスでクレームですか。
I assumed it would just be a punch. No, put him on his knee, but it looks like you broke his back.
このような古典的な手法は好まんのだが、電脳化くらいしておきたまえ。
Make sure he at least has a cyber brain.
しておきたまえ。気分はどうだね。
組合に訴えてやる。
組合か。無人工場に今後300年間不必要なものだ。見本品の特製トムリは特別な顧客23名に配った。うち7機は狂って警察に自己処理され、14機は我が社で回収できたが、残り2機の持ち主と連絡が取れない。頭部を破壊されていれば問題ないが、ソフトが生きた状態で分析にかかるのが望ましくないのだ。
So what is going on? Was it planned? So this is a guy that leads the company or the production line, whatever. Did he plan this or not? Was it someone else who made them go berserk? And he wanted to recall them to so they are not... Or is he planning to do like an uprising? Because he seems like he's somewhat AI or robotic. So he wanted to have a bunch of them out in the wild and then maybe push a software update to have them go wild, or
23機すべて狂うように仕込んで SOS をあいつらに刷り込み第4段階のアダムとリンクに頼まれ、見返りに彼女たちと。
What the fuck? Link and Adam, who were in stage 4 imprinting. Who are? Not where.
狂うように仕込んで SOS をあいつ
Okay, so he made them go berserk. And in return, the girls let me what?
に彼女たちと。
ドクター、薬の効果か？
十分に機能しております。
客の一人が犯人を欲しがってるから話してやりなさい。
は。
さあ、後始末だ。
だからそう。
So he made it sound like 2 kids forced him or got him to do this. is someone behind them as well, or?
そうじゃなくて、
身分制とどこが違う？上は正しくて下は歪んでるってんだろ。
猿でも礼節くらいわきまえてるぜ。
よせよ、刑事の頃を思い出す。
だから言っただろうが。社長の
おい、
個人的
胸に検査部長ってカード下げてるぜ。
そういう目つきじゃないけどな。ちょっと失礼。
バカ！お前走る役だろ。
いきなり何だったんだクソ。
I mean, I'm assuming he wanted to just get rid of the inspector or whatever his role was to get rid of the loose end. So you don't need to be in a firefight. Just run away. God damn it.
裏通りの非常階段だ。
繁華席はどうする？
車で監視しとけ。
ワンマンすぎるぜ元レンジャー。
口駒連れてくれよかった。
よし、そこで止まれ。
He has a fucking gun. As soon as he turns around, you shoot. Reminds me totally of GLaDOS. I could see GLaDOS, the turrets, having the GLaDOS turrets being like a homage to these things, because these have a similar personality, like very up, very bright, very happy, very nice, somewhat childlike, but essentially murder bots, because they have guns and stuff as well. Similar again to the robots of Portal, the standing ones. Now the problem is only that I feel like I don't remember these from the movie. I don't know if they have the same personality or if they are even in the movie. Because if not, you didn't really know what they sounded like. Because the original, like, is the manga or whatever. Or the source.
手間取らせやがるとぶち殺すぞ。両手上げて出てこい。口駒？
少佐が張り付いてやばい。
Are you also putting your hands up? We are not going to shoot you.
さっきは援護しろってなかなか出番がなくて。
よし、じゃあ周囲をチェック。こいつの仲間がいるかもしれん。公衆電話と車をまず調べる。
女房と娘の顔が頭の中いっぱいに広がって。
そいつは女房でも娘でもねえ。死に。
It wasn't your wife or your daughter. But you are not the guy from the beginning. So you don't have a wife and daughter, I guess?
神ってやつさ。
シャンスラッタ。ああ。
I mean, does it?
なぜ検査部長を殺した？
己らどこのぶち。
Right, I totally forgot. Even though they have like a police sticker, these guys are not police.
戦時中、ホラさんかバルチスタンで捕虜になったろ。
それがなんじゃ。
ヒゲで隠してる唇の傷、歯医者って拷問をされかけた後だ。
ちゃうわ。弁護士に言うぞこ
てめえに
ら。
そんなチャンスねえんだよ、アホ。ま、我慢できる痛さじゃねえだろうな。
I don't like this. Could we not?
落ち着いたか。
大丈夫だ。奴は何と？
組長がトムリに襲われたんで、その報復だと。そのトムリは繁華世紀が特別な客だけに配った特注品だったそうだ。
組長が特別な客？
南道経由で子供を密輸して。
My kids in via the Southway.
繁華世紀に入れてたってよ。
What? And delivered them to Hunker Precision. Why do they need children? Are they putting children in these robots?
ついでに役のルートにも噛んでるとさ。
So yeah, supposedly these two told the guy to do this, which not what I would assume Shadrin would do or say. Yeah, run after. Sure, have the guy that is built like a tank run after the children. They're going to trust him really easily. How the fuck did you beat her? She seemed to be enhanced in some way. I don't know if fully robotic or partially. Weren't you like a normal guy? I don't remember. Oh, one of them was like a normal dude, right?
悪く思うなよ。
これはゴーストダビング装置。情報レ
I didn't want to read this anyway.
化したゴーストの大量複写はできるが。
Do we have any subtitles that explain what is happening? Maybe this one. Ghost dubbing, technology used to make high-resolution scans of the cranial nerve network and brain.
情報劣化したゴーストの大量複写は
And reproduce that structure in a different micro-machine network.
できるが。
Achieving the necessary scan resolution damages the cranial nerves and degrades the structure, so the resulting duplicates are imperfect. Okay. So we do have subtitles that explain that.
大量複写はできるが。オリジナルは死ぬってんで禁止されたやつだ。
Original dice, okay. So we essentially, because the ghost thing is always a little bit confusing for me, because the ghost is essentially your psyche, right? Your soul, or whatever is making you you, is the ghost, right? That is why key, ghost key, and whatnot. So in this case, you copy yourself, but your original person dies. And the copy is incomplete at times, or can. I don't know if that is always happening, but it can. So this is why they wanted the children, because they wanted to get copies of their ghost to put then, I guess, into the robots? Why? Does it make them better? I don't believe so. Or is it just cheaper? Is it really cheaper to smuggle in children, copy their psyche or their ghost, put them into robots, which would be fucked already? If not, some of them were used as love dolls, which would be super fucked.
密輸してきた子供たちを使い捨てか。
So I'm guessing you can make multiple copies, but at some point they just break. This doesn't. I don't even know. This is like a head. I can't even tell where the mouth and nose really is.
Tomoriを狂わせ SOS を書いたのはお前たちか。
And it seems like that they are talking to some of the ghosts. Or some of the other children. And they more or less plan this together to get the police involved. Luckily for them, they get someone involved who is even more effective than the police. Unlucky for them, this is going to be off the record, so who knows what is going to happen to you.
他に関わった者は
ゴッセンが計画して検査部長がプログラムを走らせてくれたの。
被害者が出るとは考えなかったのか。8体のトモリが要人襲撃1件、殺人2件、傷害12件、その他山ほどの犯罪を犯したお前たちがやらせたんだ。
I don't give a fuck. Just, I don't want to die? Right? I mean, they didn't know the repercussions, they wanted help. You were doing jack shit, so they needed to get the message out.
分かってんのか。
そんな、だって先に私たちに悪いことしたの外の人たちだもの。技師20名を拘束したけど社長室は空でした。
You're doing a shit job at being an officer.
何ずれたことやってんだよ、おめえは。
応答がねえからあんたの死体が見れるかと思って飛んできたんだよ。
部屋がシールドされてるんだな。
That is not good. How did the robot talk then? How did our little baby talk to you? If it's EM shielded.
社長らしいのが来る。
Or is it maybe it's EM shielded, which doesn't allow traditional communication, but they have like their ghost key thingies and this is allowed? Maybe?
まで出たぜ。
それを先に言えよ、オズ。ぶち込ま全員 C4 に麻酔して連行。
奴らにだって人権が。
なもん守られてりゃ世の中平和。世の中平和で俺たちは失業だ。
社長、あんまり飛ばすと。
さっきのはもしヤクザなら我々は殺される。もし警察ならゴーストダビングが主神経だ。
それなら何もロボット5体も積まなくてもせっかく。
Didn't need to bring 5 robots with them, okay?
せっかくの V8 エンジンが。
だったら君降りたまえ。医師は3日で補充できるがこのロボットはそうはいかん。こいつらで十分な金を使わなければ警察やヤクザと和解できなくなる。
港だな。
To be honest, it felt like there was a lot more going on, a lot more masterminding, but he's just an idiot. He's like, oh, I'm using the children. We don't know why. Quite honestly, we have no idea why he decided to do this instead of some other AI system, which seemingly exists. I am assuming. So he has no plan B. He's not a big mastermind. And again, that would mean that some of these ghost copies were used in love dolls, which is weird.
子供の密輸に役絡みとくりゃ当然だろうぜ。海上保安庁を使って封鎖しよう。
追いつく前に奴の V8 の悲鳴が聞こえなくなったらな。 借りを作んのはよくない。
社長、何ゆっくり走ってるんです。
I mean, I am surprised that our main character has not turned up yet, so I'm assuming she's going to come at the end. Rest of the day.
第92突艇に会社の船が登録されてる。パターン通りだな。
V8 の音が消えたぜ。
1キロねえんだ。追いつけるさ。
A click away, okay. Nerd.
車の音だ。ロボットに奴らを攻撃させれば。君は事態を難解にしたいのかね。ロボットは戦闘用じゃない。君は船の無線で組長に事情を聞きなさい。彼らじゃなかったら警察に顔の利きそうな、そうトドダ大佐に連絡をつけてだな。とにかく船。社長。
全員動くな。
と、なんか変だぜ、こりゃ。
社長が海に落ちる。タス。
この辺のヘドロ5メートルはあるって噂だぜ。
ジェイムスン型サイボーグだから2時間くらいは生きてんだろう。ドブさらいは警察にやらせようぜ。ね。
社長。
What an anticlimactic ending. I mean, okay. The source material is pretty old at this point. So maybe that was how it was done at the time, because at the beginning it felt like big, like there's a big situation going on. You have the children, they seemed smarter than I would have said. They were shown as smarter, but in the end it's like it's just normal children. They're not super smart, nothing, just normal children. And the company chief is like, yeah, I want to make money, and I'm making a lot of money, and I'm not a mastermind. It's a bit weird.
沿岸警備隊の協力で繁華世紀社長は引き上げられ逮捕されました。社長は脳髄と脊髄の一部以外を機械化しており、この犯罪が彼のゴーストによるものか機械の不具合によるものか今後の調査で明らかになるでしょう。続きまして
AI 開発だけでは他社に追いつかなくなったんですな。
Must not have been enough for Hunger to keep up with other companies. AI development, okay.
彼はヤクザを通じて子供を密輸入し、自社の機体に薬物で半ばロボット化したゴーストをダビングし、特別な客に配っていた。
Now the good question is, are they robots or are they not? Because the bodies are robotic, but the personality is human. Even though it is manipulated. There's one of those, are they human? Do they count as human? Do you only count as human if you have some human parts left? Like the brain? Or is it only if your soul is still left?
私もその特別な客だと？
繁華世紀は情報部系旧訓練センターの跡地にあり、センター移転当時の部長は大佐、あなたですね。
私は正規のモニター会員だから試作品が送られてくれば評価もするが製法までは知らんよ。
これはセンター移転当時の大佐の秘密口座のデータのコピーですが、出どころ不明、使途不明の巨額の資金操作、ご説明くださいます？
まず金と女を調べろ、そう教えてくださった。
I mean, that was solid advice. Which is also quite ironic that someone who also was investigating a lot of people is now getting investigated with the same training.
あなたは繁華世紀との癒着がバレることよりもテロの可能性を恐れた。情報部時代に敵を作りすぎましたな。
子は親に、ロボットは人に似る。君もいずれ私のようになる。
では法廷で。
Children take after their parents, robots after their humans. Or take after humans. And I'm guessing he is saying that intelligence officers are going to take after the criminals? I mean, if you are intelligence officer and you are working for like 30 years in that field, you know how to identify enemies, how you get the information, and you probably know pretty well how to hide all of that.
めでたく一件落着したところで2、3日休暇が欲しいんだけどな。有給が4日残ってて。どったの？
人の心は脆い。世の中に飲まれて快楽中心になると利益効率追求機械やただの消費単位になってしまう。
なに急に老け込んだりして。
わしだっていつまでも若くはないさ。昔の冒険家が言ってたな。人間には時々ふと立ち止まって考える時間が必要だ。そしてそれができるのは人間だけなんだと。
部長さん、私の有給なんだけど。
そうそう、忘れとった。お前明日からイギリスの SAS で2ヶ月間訓練受けてこい。
No sexy fun time with the girls. Sad. Next episode, Phantom Fund. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the timing is really good releasing it now, because some of these parts are more relevant than ever. Also, the same at the end, like if we follow or we just try to get the pleasure. Whoop. Right. Human hearts are flimsy. We either end up as machines that pursue efficiency or as simple consumption units, which I feel like nowadays a lot of people are seen as, or like the TikToks and YouTube shorts. It's like consume, consume, consume. Go, give me money, consume, and it is an interesting time. But yeah, so some robots went wild, like essentially zombies. We find out that they got manipulated. Now, I don't know what the Shadrin offered him, but we found out that the company was just smuggling in children via the Yakuza, copying their ghost and putting them into robots under changed, more or less under drug states. And that is how they were able to make these robots, or AI. It's a good question. Are they now really AI or not? Because the ghost is human. It has a human soul in it. Even though the human soul is drugged and a copy of the real human soul. Does it count as human or not? What are the rules? What are the these are the step-by-step points that are going to define you as a human instead of an AI. But yeah, we found the Shadrin, we rescued the Shadrin, we found the bad guy, we captured bad guy. Again, it felt like the Shadrin should have been smarter than they were at the end. They were just normal Shadrin. Even though the plan seemed a lot more advanced. I also don't know why these two specifically were outside and not copied. I do wonder why that is. Also, the big bad guy was not as much of a mastermind as I assumed. I assumed there would be like a trap or more fighting, but essentially we just Looney Tunes it and got the guy.